If you look at a program or a goal as not being exciting, as not being achievable, that's exactly how your staff are going to look at it. Hi, Therese Potter here with Agency Performance Partners, here to talk to you today about charting a path to success, setting and achieving goals for your insurance agency. So many agencies do not focus on goals. As a matter of fact, they don't even mention goals. I think years at agencies trying to implement goals and was astounded at how many humans don't have goals. They wander around in life with no goals. To me, that is wandering, no purpose in life. Goal setting can drive success and challenge people to do hard things. Clear and precise insurance goals can lead a team into a place of success they have never known and never been a part of. So leading and guiding them there can be your biggest success or your biggest challenge. Insurance goals can keep your agency moving and growing even during difficult times. Goals can transform an agency into a well-oiled machine, producing and causing agency growth that in turn becomes profit and also causes client satisfaction. So remember to make your goals smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. You can find even more about goals and a strategic planning guide in our course, Build Your Agency's Annual Plan. That one came out in October. And just if you're wondering, October of 2023, you may be watching this video at a later date. But we do have a course about building a strategic plan. And you want to build your strategic plan that includes the goal way in advance. So you don't want to start planning your goals for January of the next year on January 1st. You want to be a quarter ahead. You always want to be ahead of those goals so your plan is more strategic and you have time to figure out where you're going to go next. So what are your goals? I hope you have an answer. You need to start looking at a 10-year plan. And then from that 10-year plan, you need to work back to 5 years. And then you need to work back to 1 year. And then you need to work back to your months to determine where you are now and what your staff will need to do, you and your staff will need to do to get to that 10-year goal. You kind of have to map it out. So that's why we provide a strategic plan that will help you basically map out a goal or a plan for the next week now or the next 10 years. And it will include goals. Now, that's not all that it is, but it does have a big chunk of goals in it for insurance agents. You want to make sure that you are clear about your expectations, what your 10-year plan is, your 5-year plan is, and what your yearly plan is. You as a leader, if you're a leader or manager, need to make sure that you have a positive attitude about goals and goal setting. That's kind of where you need to start. If you look at a program or a goal as not being exciting, as not being achievable, that's exactly how your staff are going to look at it. So you have to be the motivator in this situation. You have to be excited about these goals, and you have to show optimism that these goals are achievable. Because if you don't, your staff is going to feel the same way. You need to recognize the benefits of having a goal-oriented agency. If you don't have goals currently, then what is everyone doing? What are they striving for? Do they have their own goal? If they are salespeople, they may have a goal because they get paid only on commission. But what about service staff? So there's a difference between sales staff and service staff, and your sales staff should definitely have sales goals. If they don't, you need to get them on some sales goals because you have to strive for something. Now, service staff is a little bit different because they're retaining. So you need to make sure that retention is also part of your goal. So your sales staff, their goal is selling, and your service staff, their goal is retaining. So goals provide structure, they provide direction, and they should provide reward when they're met. So you also want to make sure you build in incentives into your agency to actually reward people who accomplish those goals. I worked for an agency, and I mentioned this in the blog, that the carrier provided these amazing, luxurious trips, and our agent would promise us these trips if we were to hit certain goals. And we were able to hit those goals. And then come to find out, he ended up going on those trips without any of his staff because the staff didn't even attend these trips. These trips were only for primary agents. And I know you guys out there, some of you who are watching this probably know what carrier that is, but it was, you get this dream about going on these lavish trips and then you win the goal and you don't get to go anywhere. So you also have to be realistic. You have to make sure the goals are achievable for your staff. Don't mention these lavish trips. Make sure it's clear. Hey, I will win this trip if you accomplish these goals, and this is what you will win. It's not fair to hype up your staff, make them think they're going to go on something, and then, oh, nope, sorry. So you want to be realistic. You want to make your goals specific, and you want to make them time bound. You want to make sure that there is a time span to when you accomplish these goals. Just like New Year's resolutions, people tend to make these goals, big, huge goals, and then a week or a month out, they already have stopped reaching for those goals. These goals that you have for your agency cannot work this way. These have to be goals. They have to have time stamps. So you need to have check-ins to see when somebody, hey, how are you doing on your goal? Have accountability partners about goals. And don't only suggest professional goals for the agency, but also suggest that your staff have personal goals as well to accomplish, and touch base with them occasionally on how they're doing on those goals. So having goals, your agency will have better retention. They may do renewal review calls. They're building rapport. They're discovering missing coverages. There'll be growth, better sales processes, aligned agency sales processes, better leads, referrals, online leads. So there is amazing amount of things that you can use for your goal. So sit down and evaluate or do an assessment of your agency. What is the status now? Are the processes and procedures that lead to goals? What are those? Do you have a mission? Do you have a vision and value statement for the agency? Are there clear roles and job descriptions? If you don't know where to start, APP can help. That's what we're here for. agencyperformancepartners.com. We can come in and we can evaluate your agency, tell you where you are, and we work with leadership, work along with you to get your agency towards strategic processes and procedures that will help you flow through all of the different steps to basically get to goals and get to your 10-year plan. What is your agency good at? Don't forget to look at strengths and weaknesses. There's different things that your agency will have strengths and different things your agency will have weaknesses. You also have individuals that will have strengths and weaknesses. So you want to make sure that you use the strengths and weaknesses of your individual staff members to basically strengthen your agency. So if somebody's stronger in sales, obviously you'll put them in sales. Somebody's stronger in service, you'll put them in service. You just need to use those strengths and figure out how to improve on the weaknesses that your agency has. It's important to do that. It's important to recognize them and be able to work on improving on those weaknesses. If you've followed APP for a while, you know that we're big on visions and values. Your vision tells us where you want to be in 10 years, and your values help you figure out how to get there. Your goals should align with your visions and values. So let's say you want to grow by X% in 10 years. And that's where you would go and make your plan and drill it down to 5, and then drill it down to 1 year, and then drill it down to monthly. So your staff knows exactly where you're going. There are a couple 3-minute videos in the blog that are quicker, that go through all these things. But, how do we get there? What's your biggest lead generator? What's your book of business look like? Are you cross-selling and upselling right now? So what's your target? What are the things you want to use goals for? And obviously it's for growth. So what are your insurance goals for growing your agency? So that's what you need to look at. We have to make sure that we're digging into customer service and making sure our customer service is good. I know there's a stage in there where when I was younger, the customer was always right. Now we don't really use that customer's always right anymore. We've kind of come out of that, but in a way, the mindset of a customer's always right kind of brings empathy to the customer. So you're like, oh, I understand. You don't really say that you agree with them, but you're just kind of listening and showing them that you understand. Your goal may be client tiering. You want to make sure that your customer service for all of your customers is equal. Sometimes we spend more time on those customers that walk in and make payments or call in and make payments when we don't spend time with those customers that are on automatic withdrawal and pay in full and have a ton of policies. And those are the clients we need to be spending more time. Marketing efforts, you want to make sure with growth and your goal of growth that you're using marketing also as a strategy, social media, Google and Google reviews. You want to use all kinds of different strategies for marketing as well to get to your goal. So think about it. Look at our 2024 build your strategic plan for 2024 that just came out in October of 2023 for 2024. So take a look at that, get some ideas, start building your plan now, involve your staff, get their feedback on it. You want their ideas and their feedback. Don't forget to network in the community. If you're a local agency, you always have things like Lions clubs and legions and Rotary clubs, or you can join a volunteer group with your police department or fire department, HOAs. There's always so many things out there. Make yourself a 30-second commercial where you're just introducing yourself and get good at it. So when you do introduce yourself, you just kind of roll into your 30-second commercial. But there's a ton of things out there you can do. Stay motivated, stay in the game. It's a mindset. Make sure you keep a positive mindset and get out there and set some goals and drive for success for your agency and for your staff. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great day. agencyperformancepartners.com.